Hi friends, myself Professor Vinod Shikre from Department of Civil Engineering, ICM Aurangabad. In course Concrete Technology, today we will see regarding about admixtures. What are the admixtures? What are the types of admixtures? And first of all, we see what is meant by admixture. Admixture is defined as a material other than cement, water and aggregates that is used to in concrete as an ingredient of concrete and is added to the batch immediately before or during mixing. Additive is a material which is added at the time of grinding cement clinker at the cement factory. The term admixture as a material other than water, aggregate, hydraulic cement and fiber reinforcement used as an ingredient of a cementitious mixture to modify its freshly mixed setting or hard properties, and that is added to the batch before or during its mixing. Sometimes some materials are added in concrete to improve or enhance few properties and to get required result. These materials are known as admixtures. These are either added at the time of grinding of cement or added during mixing of concrete or different substances used to alter the properties are known as admixtures. Admixtures are materials other than the basic ingredients of concrete that are cement, water and aggregates to the concrete mix immediately before or during mixing to modify one or more of the specific properties of concrete in the fresh or hard state. The use of admixture should offer an improvement not economically achievable by adjusting the proportion of cement and aggregates and should not adversely affect any property of the concrete. Admixtures cannot replace good concreting practices, and admixtures should be used only after proper evaluation of its effects on the concrete under the conditions of its uses. Admixtures ranging from chemical to waste materials have been used to modify certain properties of concrete. The properties commonly modified are rate of hydration or setting time, workability, dispersion and air entrainment. Admixtures are generally added in relatively small quantities in the concrete. A strict control must be maintained to ensure proper quantity of the admixture, as excess quantity may cause damage to the concrete. In using admixtures, careful attention must be paid to the instructions provided by the manufacturer of the product before using the product. And admixtures used to speed up the initial set of concrete is called accelerator. It works by either increasing the rate of hydration of cement and hence by increasing the rate of development of strength or by shortening the setting time. The retarding admixtures delay or prolong the setting of the cement paste in the concrete. The examples of admixtures are Muraplast FK61. Then mostly use waterproofing admixture as a Dr. Fixit. Then Conplast is one of the example of admixture. Now see, let's see the functions of admixture. The functions of admixtures are listed in the slide. First function is increase workability. Workability of concrete means the stage of concrete in which all the processes like mixing, transporting, compacting, replacing, compacting are done in that stage. That is, at the time of manufacturing of concrete, the stage of concrete or state of concrete remains constant up to all these processes. That is workability, in which all the process, that is mixing, transporting, placing and compaction of concrete is done. Then retard or accelerate time of initial setting. The admixture retard or prolong the initial setting time or increase or accelerate the setting time of concrete. Then reduce or prevent shrinkage or create slight expansion. Then modify the rate of capacity of bleeding. Then reduce segregation. Then improve pump ability. Whenever we need, the concrete will be pumped at the higher height, then concrete will be pumpable. Then retard or reduce heat evolution during early hardening. In mass concreting, it is helpful to reduce the heat of hydration. Due to heat of hydration, the cracks will be developed in concrete. For that purpose, some chemicals are to be added. Then the function of admixture is increase strength. It may be compressive, tensile or flexural. Then accelerate the rate of strength development at early stage. It is required whenever we example of this is the road maintenance. The road is open for traffic as early as possible. For that purpose, the early strength of concrete is necessary. For that, accelerating admixtures are used. Then next function is increase durability or resistance to severe conditions of exposure, including applications of zinc, salt and chemicals and others. The next function is decrease permeability of concrete. If concrete is permeable, then water is come inside the concrete and corrosion of reinforcement, that is steel, is happen. For that, there are some chemicals to be added, that are the admixtures. They decreases permeability of concrete. Then increase bond of concrete to steel reinforced is also function of admixture. Improve impact and abrasion resistance. Then control expansion caused by the reaction of alkalis with potentially reactive aggregate constitute. The admixtures helps to produce required quality of concrete. Admixtures also help to resist chemical actions like corrosion of steel, etc. Admixtures are improving durability of concrete. Admixtures help in improving various strengths such as compressive, flexural and tensile strength of concrete. Admixtures such as accelerate setting of concrete and retard setting of concrete. These are the some functions of admixtures. Let's see the types or modern concrete admixtures are used in concrete nowadays. Here is a list of modern concrete admixtures, in which first is plasticizer, it is water reducer. Then super plasticizers, these are the high water reducer admixtures. Then retarders and retarding plasticizers, which retard the initial setting time of concrete or cement. Then accelerators and accelerating plasticizers, which increases the initial setting time or accelerate the initial setting time of the cement. Their air entertaining admixtures. The main function of this admixture is to provide required workability to the concrete. Then pozzolanic or mineral admixtures. These admixtures are in powder form. Example of these pozzolanic or mineral admixture is fly ash, silica fume, metakaolin, rice husk ash, then black furnace slag. These are the examples of pozzolanic or mineral admixtures. Then damp proofing and waterproofing admixtures, gas forming admixtures, then air detraining admixtures, then alkali aggregate expansion inhibiting admixtures, then workability admixtures. The special according to functions the admixtures are manufactured. Then growing admixtures, corrosion inhibiting admixtures. Then bonding admixtures, the bonding between concrete and steel in RCC. Then fungicidal or germicidal insecticidal admixtures, which are used in construction before starting any foundation work. Then coloring admixtures, these are according to functions or requirement in the concrete. These are the modern concrete admixtures. Then construction chemicals, which are used in concrete, are listed in slide. First is concrete curing compounds. For curing purpose, some chemicals are used. Then polymer bonding agent, polymer modified water for repair and maintenance. Then mold releasing agents. When we are manufacturing the different members of concrete, then mold should be easily released. For that purpose, some chemicals are used. Then protective and decorative coating, then installation aids, floor hardeners and dust proofers, non-shrink high strength glued, then surface retarders, bond aid for plastering, ready to use plasters. Then construction chemicals for waterproofing, in that integral waterproofing compounds, membrane forming coating, polymer modified mineral slurry coatings. The chemicals also protective and decorative coatings, chemicals used for damp proofing course. Then silicone based water repellent material used for waterproofing, waterproofing adhesive for tiles, marbles and granite. The chemicals used for injections grout for cracks developed in structures and joint sealant. These are the construction chemicals used in construction work. Let's see the modern admixture in first is plasticizer. It is also known as water reducer, a material which either increase workability of freshly mixed concrete without increasing water cement ratio, or maintains workability with reduced amount of water, is termed as plasticizer or water reducing admixtures. As their name implies, the function of water reducing admixture is to reduce the water content of the mix, usually by 5 to 10%, sometimes in concrete of very high workability up to 15%. Thus, the purpose of using a water reducing admixture in a concrete mix is to allow a reduction in the water cement ratio while retaining the desired workability, or alternatively to improve its workability at a given water cement ratio. Requirement of right workability is the essence of good concrete. Concrete in different situations require different degree of workability. A high degree of workability is required in situations like deep beams, thin walls of water retaining structures with high percentage of reinforcement, column and beam junctions, then pumping of concrete, hot weather concreting for concrete to be conveyed for considerable distance, and in ready-mix concrete industries. The conventional method followed for obtaining high workable concrete is by improving the gradation of aggregates, or by the use of relatively higher percentage of fine aggregates, or by increasing the cement content in the concrete. There are difficulties and limitations to obtain high workable concrete on the field for a given set of conditions. The easy method generally followed at the site in most of the conditions is to use extra water, unmindful of the harm it can do the strength and durability of concrete. It has been stressed time and again in almost all the we will see in this lecture. The figure shows first the cement grain, and the blue portion shows the water. Then when we add plasticizers or water reducer agent in the concrete, then the particles repel each other. The same charge will be developed on each particle and they are repel each other. Therefore, the workability of the concrete is increased. It shown in third figure. Particles dispersed by electrostatic repulsion, in which on each particle the same charge will be developed. Therefore, all particles repel each other and the workability of concrete will be increased. The action of plasticizers. The action of plasticizers is mainly to fluidify the mix and improve the workability of concrete, mortar or crude. The mechanism that are involved could be explained in the figure. The first step is dispersion. Portland cement, being in fine state of division, will have tendency to flocculate in wet concrete These floculations entrap certain amount of water used in the mix, and thereby all the water is not freely available to fluidify the mix. When plasticizers are used, they get adsorbed on the cement particles. The adsorption of charged polymer on the particles of cement creates particles to particles repulsive forces which overcome the attractive forces. This repulsive force is called zeta potential, which depends on the base solid content quantity of plasticizers used. The overall result is that the cement particles are deflocculated and dispersed. When cement particles are deflocculated, the water trapped inside the flow gets released and now available for fluidification of concrete. It shows in figure. When cement particles get flocculated, there will be interparticles friction between the particles to particle and floc to floc. But in the dispersed condition, there is water in between the cement particles, and hence the interparticles friction is reduced. Then next effect is retarding effect. It is mentioned earlier that the plasticizers get adsorbed on the surface of cement particles and form a thin film on each particle. This thin film inhibits the surface hydration reaction between water and cement as long as sufficient plasticizer molecules are available at the particle solution interface. The quantity of available plasticizers will progressively decrease as the polymers become entrapped in hydration product. Next is superplasticizers. These are the high range water reducers. They are more powerful than simple plasticizers. The admixtures capable of reducing water content by about 30% are known as superplasticizers. In plasticizers, the water will be reduced up to 15% only, but in superplasticizers, the water reduces up to 30%. At a given water cement ratio and water content in the mix, the dispersing action of superplasticizer increases the workability of concrete, typically by raising the slump from 75 mm to 200 mm, the mix remaining cohesive. The resulting concrete can be placed with little or no compaction and is not subject to excessive bleeding or segregation. The plasticizers and superplasticizers work by the principle of adsorption. The main difference between the air entraining agents and plasticizers is that plasticizers do not create any bubbles and thus retain the density and permeability of the original concrete and act by adsorbing on the surface of cement particles by forming a thin molecular film surrounding the cement particles. Superplasticizers constitute a relatively new category and improved version of plasticizer, the use of which was developed in Japan and Germany during 1960 and 1970 respectively. They are chemically different from normal plasticizers. Use of superplasticizers permit the reduction of water to the extent up to 30% without reducing workability, in contrast to the possible reduction up to 15% in case of plasticizers. The use of superplasticizers is practiced for production of flowing, self-leveling, self-compacting, and for the production of high strength and high performance concrete. Superplasticizers can produce at the same water cement ratio much more workable concrete than the plain ones. For the same workability, it permits the use of lower water cement ratio. As a consequence of increased strength with lower water cement ratio, it also permits a reduction of cement content. The superplasticizers also produce a homogeneous cohesive concrete, generally without any tendency for segregation and bleeding. The classification of superplasticizers is as first class is sulfonated melamine formaldehyde condensate, and next is sulfonated naphthalene formaldehyde condensate, then modified lignosulfonate. The other types of superplasticizer are acyclic polymer base, copolymer of carboxyl acylic acid with acylic acrycyl ester, cross-linked arcyl polymer, polycarboxylate ester, multi-carboxy ethers, combination of all these chemicals. Then superplasticizers reduce up to the water content reduce up to 30% at a given water cement ratio and water content in the mix. The dispersing action of superplasticizer increases the workability of concrete. The figure shows the flocculated, deflocculated, and dispersed in less water. The flocculated particles of cement which binds the water, which gives low fluidity to the concrete. It means it gives low workability. Then deflocculated, in which the water is not binded, it is released. Therefore, the fluidity of concrete is increased. It is the due to that the workability of concrete also increase. And third stage is intermediate fluidity. Today we see what is meant by admixture, what are the functions, then modern concrete admixture, the chemical compounds, and mostly used plasticizers and superplasticizers we seen today. In next lecture we further see the other types of admixtures. All are using concrete. We will see in next lecture.